There's been several Brazilians to apply their trade at Arsenal. Some very good, like these Invincibles. Some you kind of prefer to forget. But that's the past. We ain't 2023 and a certain Brazilian winger has the entire Premier League in a chokehold. Gabriel Martinelli is unstoppable. In 30 Premier League appearances so far this season, he has contributed 18 attacking returns. That's 25% of all Arsenal goals in the league. He is also in the top 10 list for goals plus assists in the Premier League. 6 of those players take penalties. Gabi doesn't. Another one who doesn't is Marcus Rashford, Man United's best player this year. He has been mentioned as a possibility for Premier League Player of the Year. Martinelli hasn't. So let's quickly compare the two. Martinelli has played 50 more minutes than Rashford this season, but scored one less goal. With that said, Martinelli is outperforming his XG by 65%. Rashford is outperforming his by 27%. He has also created more than double the chances the English international has. Rashford might have been better, yes, but Martinelli should definitely be in that conversation. The Brazilian joined the Gunners from Brazil's 4th division side Ituano in July of 2019 for a fee of £6 million. Very little was expected of the 18-year-old. Many saw him as just a prospect. Upon signing, he was asked who he models his game around. His answer? I model my game on Cristiano Ronaldo. He is a player who works hard, pushing himself to the next level and fighting for trophies. This is a big opportunity for him, especially after previously being rejected by other top clubs. A few years before signing for Arsenal, he had not one, not two, not 3, but 4 trials with Manchester United. Luckily, he did not impress them enough. I say luckily because imagine Gabriel Martinelli as a Man United player. No, God! The thought alone makes me physically sick. In 2018, Martinelli was invited by Barcelona to train at La Masia. Nothing came of that as well, and he returned to Brazil. It could have been easy for him to just call it quits after being rejected by both Manchester United and Barcelona, but that wasn't what Martinelli was all about. He immediately signed for Arsenal, he joined up with the rest of the squad for the US tour, and it did not take too long to announce himself to the Gunners contingent, scoring in his first start in pre-season. Initially, the plan was to have him feature in the academy as he settled to life in England and maybe move out on loan to gain some experience. After his displays in the US, the board said, forget about it. Fast forward to the 2019-2020 season, Martinelli scored a brace in his first competitive game. He scored twice more in his second start. In a 5-5 draw against Liverpool, what a game that was by the way, Martinelli scored another brace. After the match, Jurgen Klopp labelled him as the talent of the century, a huge compliment. Later that year, he scored this solo goal against Chelsea. That strike was voted as goal of the season for Arsenal. He finished his debut season with 10 goals, the first Arsenal teenager to reach double figures since Nicolas Anelka. He had already truly announced himself. During lockdown, Gabi extended his Arsenal contract but unfortunately underwent knee surgery which kept him out for 6 months. Across his first 2 seasons, he played 48 games, scoring 12 goals. Impressive considering in his first season and most of the second season, he was only coming off the bench, especially in the Premier League games. Not a bad return. For his third season, he shared minutes with Smith Rowe on the left wing. Both were doing very well. The 2022-2023 season has been by far Gabi's best season in an Arsenal shirt. He has made the position his own, leaving the likes of Nelson, Smith Rowe and Trossard to debutize when needed. He has also developed into an unstoppable force. His pace and ability to dribble past several players has left him in such situations where 5+ players are trying, they never manage it anyway. He is also unpredictable in and around the area since he can use both feet to either score or assist. For his 14 goals, 7 have been scored via his right foot, 4 with his left and 3 with his head, an all-round player. With those 14 goals, he is now 1 goal away from equaling the all-time record for most Premier League goals scored in a single season by any Brazilian. Firmino has the record with 15. Speaking of Brazilians, he has scored the most of all of them this season, more than Neymar, more than Vinicius, and more than this guy as well. Not that it's hard to do. If he can get to the 20 goal mark, he'll be the youngest ever Arsenal player to reach that number. Sounds impossible with just 8 games remaining, but you can't put it past him. In the last 8 games alone, he has scored 7 and assisted twice. He is 21 years of age. What do you guys think of Martinelli, and how high do you think his ceiling is? This season he has been absolutely incredible. Him alongside Saka, absolutely tremendous. He has also kind of formed a partnership with Jesus, with Odegaard, and with Zinchenko playing in behind him. A very, very good player. This is his 4th season as an Arsenal player, and you can only imagine he will grow even further. Another thing that happened to him in the 2022-2023 season is being called up to the World Cup squad. Another tremendous achievement for his career.
Martinelli!